It's your host, Jaden for Illini Daily. And today's episode is pretty simple. Not going to be crazy about any new facts or subject. We're just going to be talking about what the Illini basketball team can do in March Madness, aka tournament season, because we have only a couple of the regular season games left, and now we're heading into the Big Ten tournament and then March Madness. So we're going to be talking about that, and then I'm going to be talking about how our Illini alumni did during the NFL Combine, what my thoughts were, and if where they're going to be at in the draft. First off, let's just get straight to it. The Illini need to pick it up. We've been struggling in a couple of games, especially recently to teams like Michigan State, Wisconsin, and UCLA, and now Michigan. So we really need to pick it up. Those were winnable games. I think the Michigan was the only game where I feel like our team didn't know who we were. So we really need to pick it up. We weren't ourselves that game. Out of all those other games, those were winnable games. We got ourselves in overtime. Even in the last second with UCLA, we just let an easy bucket go. So we need to get back. We need to be better defensively. We need to guard better in the guard play. We also need to be more defensive present during different defensive sets. I feel like a lot of times when we're in zone, we kind of rely. I feel like the players kind of rely more on teamwork than actually individual defensive work. Examples of this would be like Big Z always trying to rely himself trying to get a block versus being in the position of being in a better stance. And same thing with Tomislav. Mirkovic, he does great defensively, stopping really good players, but I feel like he tries to get more on the help side instead of just focusing on his own defensive sets. So we need to work on that. We also need to get back to our shooting, improving on our shooting because our 3-point percentage has been really, really low, especially in those games that we've lost. It's all been under 40%, which is not our usual. We've been over 40% 3-point shooters, and that's our game because we take a majority of threes. We just need to get back to that standpoint and stop making really, really big mistakes. Hopefully, Coach Brad Underwood lights a fire in everybody because after this Michigan loss, I feel like we need to just get our bearings back, just win these games, get a good feeling about who we are as a team. So when we head into the Big Ten tournament, we can possibly win, making us feel good. Then we head to the March Madness. So that's all I really want to talk about from the basketball standpoint. There's nothing more you can really talk about because we're on just a frustrating win-lose streak right now. So hopefully that gives us better energy for the next upcoming game against Oregon because I don't think they're near dead last in this basketball Big Ten conference. So hopefully we can just get back at them and just beat them. Next point, let's talk about the alumni and how they did. Luke Altmaier, old QB1. I thought he was very impressive during the combine drills. I think he did a great job of showing his accuracy and showing his pro style presence. I know his balls on air, throwing the ball to just receivers. I thought he was pretty accurate, and from what I was hearing from, the NFL analysts, they were quite impressed. They thought he'd be a lower stock guy. Sadly, the NFL scouts and prospect grade didn't really show that. They put him at a 5.68. And just to give you guys an idea, the grading goes from basically from an 8, which is a perfect prospect, to 6, which is an average NFL talent. Sadly, Luke Altmaier was below that. He was a 5.68. They have him right now for a candidate for a bottom of the roster, a practice squad guy. I think he's better than that. I think he could be a really good bridge QB or a backup QB to any NFL team. I feel like he can do a great job and possibly start for anybody. He has a really good pro presence. He does a great job in any type of NFL scheme, being in Illinois' multiple formation style. I also think he can just adapt to anything. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes, so I would feel like a lot of NFL teams would like that. And he can just pick up to where a lot of people just need a backup QB right now. So I feel like he could be good for anybody. Just to give you guys more idea to his score breakdown, his production score, which is overall what the NFL Combine thought he did. He got a 59, which is a very, very good. But athleticism score, he was above average. He got 77, which is pretty good. And then a total score of 65, which is where he was kind of below average. So, but it is what it is. I thought he did pretty good. 40-yard dash, he got a 4.72 as his official time. I thought that was, pretty beyond regular QB standards. He got a 1.66 seconds, which is pretty good for his 10-yard split, and then a 32-inch vertical, and then a 9.6 for broad jump. So he did really good athleticism wise. I don't know why the NFL prospects didn't think he did that well, but he was in top 16 percentile. So, but yet again, this is a weaker QB class, so I can see why they didn't really like Luke or admire what he could bring, but I think he did a great job of just showing who he was. Next candidate, Gabe Jacques. Everybody know this guy he's already high on everybody's boards. He's going to be definitely a higher second round to third round pick. He's a really good athlete. He can play anywhere from a linebacker, more likely an edge standpoint. And he did pretty good. He didn't do a lot of combine stuff, but he did do a crazy bench press. He got 30 reps in. He looked really, really smooth doing it. And other than that, he didn't do much of the combine stuff. But to give you guys an idea of his grade, he had a 6.33, which is really, really good. Most likely, you're going to be a plus starter, which is a starter on the NFL team. I think this is a basic, regular, good thing for Gabe Jacques. He's a really, really good athlete. He was really good for us. And like I said, he's really good at getting to the QB, and he plays the run. So, and a lot of edge rushers don't really do that. So I feel like this is going to put him in a different limelight where we can use them for different sets. We can put them in different formations, and we can use them anywhere. So I feel like this gives Gabe Jacques a really good headway. And production score wise, he's got 75. Athleticism, he got a 75. And then total score, he got 74. And I feel like if he did the other combine stuff, I feel like he could truly show where he really was. But, that was his choice. He felt like he was good enough, which he is. So no disappointments or disagreements. And another guy, he's been a starter for a very long time. He's been a team captain. He does a really good job of just playing really, really hard and showing what his bend could do. He's got really good edge moves. And like I said, he has the different arrangements of how to get to the QB, and I feel like he's going to be really, really good. But to the next guy and our final guy, who I think is going to be a low-key steal for anybody. I don't know why everybody hasn't been talking about him, but I feel like, yet again, J.C. Davis, this guy, he's gonna be a sneaky pick. I think he did a really, really good job on the combine. Even though he got a 5.9, which is an average backup or a special teamer, I feel like he can go beyond that. Athleticism score, he got a 78. Production score, I don't know why he got a 67. He was above average in all the categories, even though he got a 5.90. I guess they truly want NFL prospects to be pretty much perfect, but I feel like J.C. Davis is a perfect lineman. He's 6'4", 322 pounds. I feel like he does a great job of just playing what he's needed to do. He's a great left tackle. He was a great left tackle for us. And just to give you guys an idea of how well he did, he ran a 5.16 seconds, which is pretty good for a 322 pounder. His 10-yard split was a 178. Yet again, that's pretty impressive for a 300 pounder. And he had a vertical jump of 30 and a half inches, which is really, really good, and a broad jump of 8.3. So athleticism-wise, he did a really, really good job. I feel like he's going to be an underrated candidate for anybody. And I truthfully hope he goes to the Chicago Bears. I feel like he can help the Chicago Bears, especially for the left tackle angle. Right now, the Bears need a backup left tackle, and I feel like he can fit in that range, especially with his versatility and athleticism. And I feel like he has the potential to be like a Trent Williams type as a really good athlete who can really push people out of the way. So I feel like he's going to be a sneaky pick for anybody. I still think he's going to be like a high fourth, maybe low fourth, high sixth round pick. So hopefully he gets picked up really soon. And I feel like he's just going to be an underrated dude that's going to be good for any of the NFL teams. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. I know it's a little quicker and it was a little smoother than usual. Nothing crazy to talk about, but I hope you guys had a great weekend. I hope you guys liked the video, and I'll see you guys.